and welcome back to your new moon vibes. Moon vibes. This is the new moon vibes. Virgo, new moon. Love it. I love a good Virgo moon. Just being biased. But I'm going to go through all of the signs from start to finish. I have my kitty here just in case I have to move, but I'm going to be moving. And we're going to start with Aries. Aries, the new moon. What does it have in store for you? Seven of Cups in reversed. And emptying out. You're going to see some things that you've needed to see about your day-to-day, your work life. It's going to disrupt the structure that you've built in your mind, especially what you put into it emotionally. But the best part about it is that you've been ready and willing to see maybe where in your life like things weren't adding up, where you know, you've been running away with your imagination but not putting anything forward, and now you start to realize why, possibly why, or what has caused the procrastination or stalling. I don't want to make it sound worse than it is, because there's always a good time. And for you, this is a good time to let go of anything that you've put energy into and really start to bring focus into, if there's a common theme between them all, really bring it there. But it's just clearing up space in your mind. You need to clear up space in your mind for your work, for your day-to-day, for you to move forward in a way whereby Libra season, which is your opposition sign, where we're wrapping up the eclipses in Libra and in your axis, for there to be space for the new to really form. It's not just what's been happening, it's closing out a chapter, and you're starting a new one before you close it out, because we're gonna open with the Pisces eclipse at the end of the month and then enter into the wrapping up of the Libra eclipses. So you're starting something new before you enter something different, and maybe you've been scared to let go of these things emotionally, but Virgo season is giving you the opportunity in work to maybe let go where you haven't been able to, whether it is that you want to move forward to a different career, different job, or start something on the side. And what's been holding you up is all of your emotional ties, how much energy you've spent. Even if you haven't been there a long time, maybe in your mind you've created something, or you maybe got your start there, or whatever it is that's been holding you there, that's been not allowing you to have new ideas or a new direction. Virgo season will connect you to what's been kind of blocking that, and then you get to proceed forward, you know, how you want. Okay, Taurus card has popped out, the Tower card. Your fifth house of love, romance, creativity. Something is rocking your world in the sense of Mercury, your nervous system, is making space and changing how you operate in the world, and how you're beginning to operate in the world, maybe with pleasure in a way that's not just indulging because it's comfortable for you. It's this space where things are coming together in your physical body and in your mind, where then your heart is now able to feel safe enough to go through this process, to feel what you have to feel, to heal what you have to feel, especially in terms of how you see yourself, how you utilize your skills, how you create. Your creativity is causing you to have this grand breakthrough, and on the new moon you may have and experience the Tower moment, which is a dynamic shift within you, or externally. Maybe something happens externally that provokes something internal. For the new moon, right, it gets all dark, for then you to process and then extend it to the world. So I do think it's, according to cards, it'll be a moment for you. All right, Taurus, fifth house, pleasure. Let yourself feel and experience what's been stopping, what's linked there. All right, Gemini, fellow mercurial sign. What does the new moon in Virgo have in store for you? Something specific, perhaps? This is your fourth house. This is your stability. This is your foundations. This is your parents or caregivers, guardians, mentors even. you find, this is very simple for you, perfect Virgo reading. Wherever you feel like you're on the defense, wherever you're becoming more aware of that, is where you're stuck. It's about not reacting right away. It's about taking a moment and realizing where you're stuck is that you keep running into this fire. And what you may realize down there, bottom of the deck, is that you're getting insight into your deep emotional attachments here, to how you care for yourself, how you care for others, what is being miscommunicated, and how that has trickled into your relationships, and in your structure and what you've built. So you're starting to see how that's actually kept you stuck, and that you may need some rest. So take it if you really do need it, and realize that just because you're reacting or you're responding or you're acting in some way doesn't mean that things are changing. And you know that, but got a reminder in a mercurial season, and I guess the new moon wants to remind you of that. So like when the new moon comes around, realize that staying still and being with yourself in a moment, and quiet as you can get out externally, is not being stuck. It's acknowledging that moment and moving, and that thus begins the movement forward and the transformation that needs to occur wherever that needs to occur, especially with caregivers, and maybe they're defensive with you, or you realize that's where it is, and you're starting to see that in each other, and that's an extension of the nervous system and how you communicate and operate in the world through the subconscious layers. Yeah, maybe start with breath, perhaps. Maybe. And notice that what this helps you digest, and if your digestion changes from this, and maybe where guilt is involved. Cancer. Your turn. Cancer, this is your third house of communication, of your day-to-day rituals, what you do. Everything in your life is a ritual. Your family unit, very much so. It could be Pluto going from Aquarius to Capricorn. When is that happening? It's happening right before the new moon, so that makes sense. So it happened the day before, and what you'll feel there, as this is in your third house, Capricorn's in your seventh house. So you may find that from the way you think and how that relates to how that's transformed your relationships, and how your relationship, especially your partnership, what you're committed to, your contracts. So your very personal intimacy is now going to be, for the last time, retrograded through, which is causing a communication to how you think about your world, and is expanding that, which then relates back to this new moon. And what you'll see and what it's exposing to you is anywhere you've tried to maybe control certain healing that you have had within the structure, and things that maybe you didn't want to see, and now you're seeing it, whether you, like, it doesn't matter, you're just seeing it very clearly, and how that's affected how you decide to speak up for yourself or stand your ground based on the principles that you've been given. So your communication to, especially if there's an Aquarius, Capricorn, and Taurus in your life. So if these are people in your life, they're going to show up, and they'll show up in their own way, and you'll realize that in the ways in which they show up, they're reflecting something really important to you during this moment in your life, where you may be feeling like your back is against the wall. And what it shows to you is that how far or close these connections are, and who these people are to you in your life, and how this relates to especially the masculine energy, your way of being in the world, and even your intuition, and how your intuition moves through your body and out of you. Where does it get stuck along the way? you may need to, this also could be you really needing to speak up to these people and really needing to say something that's very important to you and very empowering to how you are choosing to move forward. And it's also showing you that your day-to-day doesn't have to look so fixed. It doesn't have to look so a specific way, that you can trust your process. And I know that like you always do no matter what, but you're even noticing a change in that because through your intimate relationships, it is changing the way that you communicate to people. Maybe it's to the way even that you trust yourself. And that being able to be shown what's been in control of that, in control of how you receive your information, is so nuanced. And that is the details of Virgo season. So Cancer, I hope that makes sense for you. If not, just take what you will of that, because that was a very interesting. Okay, Leo, second house. Virgo new moon is in your second house for Leo risings. Leo. Your resources, your skills, your talents will be illuminated in a way in which you see where you need the darkness. You need that space to create. You need to be able to not be hyper focused. Anywhere that you're overcritical on yourself right now, that needs to be cut out. No. This is for a moment of joy. Joy in the darkness and the unknown, giving yourself room to breathe, to feel. Yes, the light is still shining and you're still feeling very much like you're in front of everything. But this is really exposing you to yourself, your talents, your skills, and washing away anything extra that's unnecessary right now. So I would just say enjoy this new moon. Enjoy being in the healing energy. Enjoy whatever money comes and whatever comes on. Notice if, excuse me, if healing and expressing yourself and expressing and maybe putting things out there actually allows you to feel more held and seen. So it seems like it's going to be exposing a lot to you about how you give and receive the resources that you acquire specifically. Okay. Virgo, first house. Hey, hey. Right in the middle. First house. First house. You're thinking long term. This is you going through a shift. This can be an amazing thing that's happening to you, but it's also causing you to see the full picture. It's also having you change, and you may feel like at this time you want to be able to enjoy the way that you're able to see your future now. It's not about getting caught up in your head of like what's not happening yet, what's not here yet, what's not blah, 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 critical. How you transform, you're not supposed to be critical. And if you're not feeling that way, but you still feel like you're just, stuck, because you need to cross through this and let yourself be transformed by the darkness and realize where, yes, this is maybe the goal or what you're headed towards and you want longevity, but you want to create it in a way that's new. This is Uranus coming in right now, or right before it. This is Uranus coming in. This is changing the way that you make money. Right? Changing the way that you operate. Maybe this is even changing the way you think about your life, and that's where I want you to focus. Yes, it's changing your identity, and yes, it's going to be, even you feel blinded by the light, right? We're in your season, but the more you communicate where you're at, the more that you're more understanding about that, the easier this will be. The more patience you have for yourself, the clearer you'll see yourself. And you'll realize what's been held up here for so long, and you may even feel like relief by the end of the day or the end of the energy that lingers in the new moon, Virgo. Okay. So Libra rising's 12th house, new moon. Okay. I'm sorry, but this is too many cards. We're gonna shuffle again, to be very honest with you. But I did catch them. Ooh, okay. Still want to fall. Libra, 12th house, coming through quick, clear, sharp. You're going to have an insight, something, excuse me, that you've been waiting for, something, you've been waiting to move on something. Mercury's gone direct. Pluto's gone retrograde. Uranus has gone retrograde. And then we're in the new moon. You're ready. You're ready to make, you're ready to learn something. You're ready to move forward. Something's coming to light to show you with the clear energy where your mind needs to go. And then for others of you, it's really noticing what's been distracting you, what's been keeping you away from your mind, because your mind is a great place if you want to be there. And it's showing up before, I think, Mercury enters your sign. And then you have Mercury bringing you a message, because Mercury will move into Virgo by the 9th. So between the 2nd and the 9th, you'll be able to ask and be revealed what kind of question that you're looking to for the exposure of, for the answer, what the next best step is, in a rush maybe of intuition for others, inspiration. And it could take off somewhere. You could really have a great mental exploration if you allow yourself to during this new moon energy, Libra. Okay, Scorpio. Okay, you want to come out quick. All right. King of Swords, Page of Wands, and the Lovers. Bottom of the deck. You may have been hiding something from yourself. If your partner, they probably already know, but you've been hiding something. And what's funny about you guys is that when you think you're being mysterious and you think you're hiding something from your partner, it's more than likely they've already known, but they know how sensitive you are and you need to find it first. So it's been very clear to you that whatever you're saying and speaking up about, this may be coming from a place where you have actually been hurt before. So this being in your 11th house of community, family, or community, like your public place, your community of friends. If you've been scared to, Mars will be still in Gemini too. If you've been more controlled or more disciplined for how you speak or interact in these settings, you may have, this has been happening, you may have a redirection in this part of your life where all of a sudden you feel something lifted on this day where then you do speak up. You do say what you want, especially in terms of love. And you realize and you deeply connect. And this looks like it's just between you and yourself. But all of a sudden you're speaking differently, and it's exposing you to a part of yourself where it's actually been hurting your transformation. It's been stunting your growth maybe. And so now being able to have more devotion towards yourself in a way that makes sense for you. You know, maybe you didn't, again, you didn't know. This is just exposing you to yourself and exposing people right before your eyes. So be very disciplined to who you speak to about anything that's happening, especially if it's very personal and it involves your partner or involves a situation where you know that it's just not in your best interest to be loud about for you. This is about protecting yourself right now. But it's also exposing to you that this is your healing. Your healing is to speak up and let out some things maybe in your very personal relationship about your friends, and maybe that's what will change the energy of your community, because that's expanding. You may feel more support ethereally at this time, spiritually more connected at this time, and it's actually helping your mind remain focused. Okay, Scorpio? And whoever you once were is not who you are now. And you just need to remind yourself of that every day. And if you still feel that way and you feel like that part of you exists, that's between you and you. Okay? And you know that. Okay, Sagittarius. Your 10th house, your career, your public image, public role. Oh, it fell in my kitty's hands and he's literally holding it. So cute. Tiny baby. Oh, that's so cute. Four of Wands, sorry. Four of Wands. Bird's eye view. 10th house, career. You see yourself changing. You see how you see yourself and how you're seen in this role. In whatever role you're in, or whatever role you're wanting to be in, there's more stability in how you create. Maybe you're creating more of a stable role for yourself. Maybe you're creating a foundation for yourself. Maybe you're being acknowledged or seen in a way that is very important for you. Whether you're seen in a positive way, you take that and you love it and you feel it. But if you're seen for a negative way, yet you know that it's not true, or it's just being acknowledged, or it's criticism, find a way to make it positive. Find a way to not harp on that, because your mind can then take over. This is you being seen from a distance, even from yourself. Being able to see yourself from a distance, knowing that your career and your role is not all of who you are, but something is healing in that aspect. How you're seen in that aspect is healing. How you see yourself in your life, in the grander scheme of your life. If it's not exactly your job that's expanding, is how you see yourself in the role that you play in the world and what separates you from that as well. Okay? Capricorn, 9th house, philosophy, astrology, religion, travel. Some of you could be traveling. Some of you could have been traveling. Either way, you're being influenced mentally and creatively through expressing yourself, whether that's your body, your hands, movement, whatever it is. It will give you and bring in a lot more opportunities than if you weren't. Also, just be very wary of your mind running in directions because you're getting answers. That's not what this time is for. This time is to explore what, this is a great time to explore whatever's coming up that's not necessarily fixed. And even if it is fixed and you're finding yourself stubbornness, see if you can find the gray. See if you can find the molding. See if you can find the in-between and the way to, reshape the structure without tearing anything down, without getting so frustrated that whatever's not working. Find the breakthrough that eases the molding, that turns it into clay. Whether it's your mind, whatever you're thinking of, find a way to reshape. Use this creative energy, use this direction, use this fire to reshape your view, to reshape something, your view of something, the structure and how you, the structure how you think is changing, and you're more open, but you're also more concise of like the questions you want to ask and the way that you're interacting with yourself around this time. It brings the creative spark that you've needed, but now you need to know where you want to put it and to trust that. Okay? Aquarius, 8th house. You may have not realized that you've moved on already, but you want to it's like you want to double check and make sure. But you've moved on, and this will then show you how much you have. And what you're moving on from is any structure that has taken or, been happily taking your energy and not allowing you to grow monetarily, emotionally. Whatever is stunting your emotional growth at this time has become very clear, and you become very aware of it. And that brings you to this abundant state, which then changes and shifts everything. 8th house is your other people's resources, mental, especially if this is for your mental health, right? Maybe you're walking away, maybe you're moving on from a space that you thought was going to fulfill you for the future, but you realize that walking away is bringing you more. Leaving a situation is bringing you more, especially if it is emotional, if you've been dead set on something, especially with your nature. Just take this new moon as like whatever sign comes to you, take it as the sign, the final sign. Don't keep asking for more, because then you'll end up hurt, because you're already hurting. You're already starting to hurt, perhaps. But this is you digesting, and this is you getting what you need and the answers that you need, Aquarius, okay? It's gonna be okay. You got it. Pisces, 7th house. 7th house. Commitments, partnerships, marriages. You're feeling good, feeling great. The new moon is coming over to say, now that you feel great, maybe you're starting to make more money, you're feeling more worthy, you're seeing all the things you have around you, Pisces risings, and now your emotions are being stable. This is a great day for you. A great day to make money, to put out offerings, to express yourself in the world, especially if it's through what you've become, maybe what you've mastered, what you've become really good at, attachment or detachment, or finding the integration and being able to vocalize it in a way that is exposing you. Hey, look at that, the moon's at the bottom. It's showing you that you're exactly wherever you are, especially if you're in a prosperous place. And even if you're not, but if you are, this goes for both, but if you're in a prosperous place, let yourself feel it. Be in the enjoyment of it, maybe in the mystery and the intuitive. Let yourself feel through it. Let yourself feel free. And maybe if that's what you want, that's what this new moon will make you realize, is like wherever you're not feeling free, for those of you who are not feeling free, is to engage with that space. And maybe you're too attached to your independence or your money or this or that. And maybe it's about experiencing life in a way where you feel just more free. And if you're looking for financial freedom, and that's what you realize around the new moon, you become highly aware of it. And then maybe you really receive the information you need to move forward. So surprises there too, especially because, you know, we got eclipses in your sign. But yeah, that's all the signs for this month. For the new moon, I hope this was helpful. Just wanted to get it out a little early. All information to work with me one-on-one is below. This new moon is extremely healing, maybe digesting certain things. It's a great time to digest big things and let yourself feel if you can. If you have time to rest your mind in any way that day, just implement 5 minutes if you can. See what happens, see where it goes, okay? Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you at the next one.